Shopping without lists. Going to the grocery store with nothing but a basket and a vague idea of what you need is a recipe for spending too much. Ever since the first self-service supermarket, Piggly Wiggly, opened its doors in 1916, stores have been carefully designed to grab your attention. Without a written plan to guide you, you walk the aisles looking for inspiration. Brightly colored packaging, end-of-aisle displays, and clever sales promotions catch your eye. You drop an extra bag of chips or a new brand of cookies into your cart just because it looks good. The result is a much higher total at the checkout counter. Research consistently shows that shoppers who use a written plan spend around 20% less than those who wander aimlessly. Keeping a simple list is still the best tool you have to protect your budget from modern retail tricks. Shopping while hungry. It is the psychological trap of visiting a grocery store on an empty stomach. Ever since the first modern supermarkets opened in the 1930s, aisles have been packed with easy-to-grab temptations. When you have not eaten, your blood sugar drops. Your brain goes into survival mode. It sends out urgent signals telling you to find quick energy. You walk down the aisle and suddenly a box of cookies or a bag of chips looks irresistible. A 2013 Cornell University study showed that hungry shoppers do not buy more items, but they buy significantly more high-calorie junk food. You end up with a cart full of expensive snacks you never planned to get. This matters today because understanding your cravings can save you money and keep your pantry healthy. Ignoring unit prices. Ignoring unit prices is a common shopping mistake where you only look at the big number on a shelf tag. Grocery aisles are packed with different sizes of the exact same product. A massive box of cereal might cost $6, while a smaller box costs $4. You might just grab the smaller box to save $2. But back in 1971, Massachusetts became the first state to require stores to display unit pricing, and the practice soon spread across the country. This means stores print the exact cost per ounce in tiny letters on the tag. When you finally look at that small number, you usually discover the smaller box costs a lot more per ounce than the giant one. Glancing at the unit price cuts through packaging tricks and guarantees you actually get the most food for your money. Buying pre-cut produce. This refers to those convenient plastic tubs of sliced melon, diced onions, and washed lettuce you see in the grocery store. Back in the 1980s and 1990s, supermarkets realized that busy families would pay a premium to save 10 minutes of prep time. So they started doing the knife work behind the scenes, packing the pieces in plastic, and charging for the extra labor. The result is a massive retail markup. You often pay 3 to 4 times more for chopped vegetables compared to buying them whole. Sometimes, a simple diced onion or cubed pineapple carries nearly a 400% price increase per pound. If you buy whole produce and spend a few extra minutes cutting it at home, you keep all that extra cash in your pocket. Falling for BOGO traps. A buy one get one sale is a retail trick designed to move extra inventory quickly. Supermarkets have used this pricing tactic since the mid-20th century to make shoppers feel like they are beating the system. You walk down the produce aisle and spot a bright sticker offering 2 bags of spinach for the price of 1. You only need 1 bag for dinner, but the deal feels too good to pass up. You toss both into your cart. A few days later, that extra bag turns into green slime in the back of your fridge. You throw it away, wiping out the money you thought you saved. Around 40% of the United States food supply is wasted, often from buying excess perishables. Overcoming this trap still matters because it actually keeps your budget intact and perfectly good food out of landfills. Strict brand loyalty. Strict brand loyalty is when you refuse to buy anything except the big, recognizable name brands. Back in the late 1800s, grocery chains started creating their own private labels to cut out the middleman and lower costs. Today, the process is even simpler. Major manufacturing plants produce giant batches of food, medicine, and cleaning supplies. They package one half of the run with a famous logo, and they wrap the other half in a generic supermarket label. The visible effect happens right at the checkout register. You end up paying 30 to 50% more for the exact same product just to look at a familiar name. If you buy name brand pain relievers, you might even pay 80% more. It still matters today because ignoring flashy packaging keeps your money in your own pocket. Eye-level shopping. Eye-level shopping is a retail strategy designed to make you spend more money without noticing. Ever since self-service supermarkets like Piggly Wiggly took off a century ago, retailers have known that convenience drives sales. They place the most expensive, highly profitable brands right where your gaze naturally lands. This prime real estate is about 4 to 5 feet off the floor. Brands actually pay stores premium slotting fees just to sit on these middle shelves. When you walk down an aisle, you see the big-name products staring right back at you. If you look down at your ankles or stretch up to the very top shelf, you will find cheaper store brands and bulk items that do the exact same thing for less money. This matters because just tilting your head down can save you a serious chunk of cash. End cap display impulse. An end cap is the large promotional shelf you see facing outward at the very end of a grocery aisle. You probably assume these prominent stacks of soda or chips are on clearance or deeply discounted. In reality, this prime real estate is sold to the highest bidder. Brands pay high slotting fees to place their products right in your walking path. Since the modern supermarket boom in the 1950s, stores have used this high-traffic area to grab your attention. You see a giant mountain of boxed cookies and naturally toss a package into your cart. Most of the time, those items are actually full price. Retail data shows that simply moving a product to this end cap can boost its sales by 30% or more. It matters today because it shows how easily pure visibility controls what you put in your cart. Buying non-grocery items. This is the trap of picking up health, beauty, or household products while you are already shopping for food. Supermarkets have been stocking these extra goods since the mid-20th century to boost profits. They know you are busy. They figure you will just grab that shampoo, toothpaste, or pack of batteries to save a trip somewhere else. Because they bank on your need for convenience, they price these items much higher. In fact, grocery stores often mark up non-food items by 40 to 50% to make up for tiny profit margins on food. The result is a surprisingly high bill at the checkout register. You pay significantly more for the exact same lotion or laundry detergent than you would at a big box store. This matters today because these hidden convenience charges add up fast, quietly draining your monthly budget. Bulk buying perishables. Buying bulk groceries seems like a smart way to save cash, especially since warehouse stores took off in the 1980s. But when you buy fresh items like strawberries, spinach, or milk in massive quantities, you are fighting a ticking clock. Most households simply cannot eat 3 pounds of greens before they turn into wet slime in the fridge. The visible result is half a giant tub of moldy fruit going straight into the garbage bag. You end up throwing away the exact money you thought you were saving. The average American family actually throws out about a third of the food they buy, costing them around $1,500 a year. That is why sticking to realistic quantities of fresh food matters if you want to keep your grocery budget under control. Ignoring loyalty apps. This happens when you shop at a supermarket without scanning their app or entering a phone number at the register. Grocery stores used to print all their best deals in the Sunday paper. Going back to the days of green stamps in the late 1800s, stores have always rewarded repeat shoppers. Today, supermarkets hide their steepest discounts behind digital coupons and store apps. When you walk down the aisle, you might see a bright sale tag, but the real markdown only triggers if you tap the digital coupon on your phone before paying. By ignoring these programs, you end up paying the full retail price while the person in front of you pays up to 20% less for the exact same cart of food. With everyday food prices remaining high, taking 2 minutes to download a free app is the easiest way to keep your grocery bill manageable. Shopping on weekends. Going to the grocery store on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon is a weekly routine for millions of people. But doing this puts you right in the middle of peak traffic. Between 10 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, the aisles are absolutely packed. You end up dodging carts and waiting in long checkout lines. This crowded environment makes you feel rushed. You just want to get out of there, so you grab things quickly without checking prices or thinking about your actual meal plan. You also completely miss out on the best deals. Store workers typically mark down meat and bakery items first thing in the morning. By the time the weekend rush hits, those yellow clearance stickers are long gone. Adjusting your schedule to shop early still matters because it protects your budget from impulse buys and unlocks the best discounts. Avoiding frozen produce. People often think skipping the freezer aisle for fresh vegetables is the healthiest choice, But back in 1924, a man named Clarence Birdseye figured out how to flash freeze food. Today, companies pick fruits and vegetables right when they are perfectly ripe. Then, they plunge them into extremely cold temperatures in a matter of minutes. This quick freeze locks the water inside the plant cells in place so they do not burst. When you thaw those peas or berries at home, they hold onto their shape and all their original vitamins. Meanwhile, fresh produce actually loses nutrients as it sits on trucks and grocery store shelves for days. Buying frozen saves you money, stops food from rotting in your fridge, and gives you cheap, healthy ingredients year-round. Skipping receipt checks. This is the common habit of stuffing your receipt in your pocket without looking at it. Ever since the first barcode was scanned at a supermarket in 1974, shoppers have trusted computers to get the price right. But modern point-of-sale systems are far from perfect. Cashiers can easily slide the same box of cereal across the laser twice. Sometimes, sale prices advertised on the store shelves fail to update in the main computer. When you do not check your receipt, you pay for items you never bought or miss out on promised discounts. Consumer protection agencies regularly find that about 2 out of every 100 items ring up with the wrong price. Those small daily errors add up quickly. Taking a few seconds to glance at that paper before leaving the store is your best defense against losing money. Checkout aisle temptations. This is the final retail trap of your grocery trip. Store planners deliberately stock the registers with high-margin items like candy, gum, and magazines. By the time you reach the line, you suffer from decision fatigue. You just spent an hour making choices about brands and prices, and your willpower is drained. Since modern supermarkets emerged in the 1950s, retailers have used this moment of weakness to boost profits. You stand there waiting for the cashier, staring at a wall of chocolate bars. Your brain wants a quick reward for finishing the chore. You grab a soda or a pack of mints without checking the price, handing the store an easy 40% profit margin. Even with self-checkout screens, this physical gauntlet of treats remains a billion-dollar strategy to squeeze extra cash from every cart.